Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Body Mind Healing. My name is Maria Sanchez. I am a holistic health consultant, a family nurse practitioner, a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and a doctor in nursing practice. The topic for today is the wound of abandonment. Inside each of us resides an inner child who was once innocent, pure of feelings, and full of dreams. During this stage of their life, they were forced to face challenging experiences, pain, when they still could not understand or process those experiences. And living through that, it marked them for life. They developed deep traumatic scars that became rooted in their unconscious and subconscious. It is possible that our inner child was a victim of abandonment, abuse, or simply lacked the necessary emotional care. Whatever the circumstances, today that child carries with them fears, beliefs, and distorted behavioral patterns because their immature mind interprets those challenges this way and now lives trapped in the illusion that life is an unsafe and threatening place. The common denominator of the wounds of inner child is the lack of attention, of a sense of belonging, of protection, and of emotional security. That child simply longed to feel loved, recognized, and accepted just as they were. But by not receiving that unconditional love, they learned to hide their essence behind masks. The most common inner child wounds are 5: the wound of rejection, abandonment, humiliation, betrayal, and injustice. Today, we will review the wound of abandonment. This wound is one of the core emotional wounds from childhood. It develops when a child feels ignored, rejected, or emotionally neglected by their primary caregivers, often their parents. This feeling can be real or perceived, but it leaves a deep emotional mark that might affect a person throughout life. This wound typically begins or originates between ages 1 and 3. Common causes of the wound of abandonment are frequent or prolonged separations, lack of emotional presence or affection, hospitalizations, adoptions, or being handed off to other caregivers, death or physical emotional absence of a parent, not feeling protected, loved, or valued. It often intensifies when the emotional distant parent is of the opposite sex. Emotional manifestations of this wound are intense fear of being alone, constant sense of emptiness, deep sadness with no clear cause, excessive need for approval or companionship, difficulty accepting rejection or hearing no, overreactive behavior such as jealousy, control, tantrums, etc. Common behavioral patterns of the wound of abandonment are emotional dependency, where there is a strong need for others to feel safe. Codependent relationships, where toxic relationships are chosen over being alone. Attention-seeking behaviors, where creating drama, getting sick, or playing the victim is done to be noticed. Difficulty making decisions without external approval, struggles to end relationships, emotional instability or mood swings, fear of rejection or abandonment in any relationship, becoming destabilized around authority figures or aggressive personalities. Associated physical traits of this wound are fragile, thin body with low muscle tone, slouched posture, and drooping shoulders, large, sad eyes, childlike or whiny voice, preference for loose, baggy clothing, a physical appearance that conveys vulnerability, common physical ailments like migraines, respiratory or digestive problems, nearsightedness, lower back pain, etc. The core limiting beliefs of the wound of abandonment include: I cannot manage on my own, I need others to take care of me, if I am alone, I will fall apart. The emotional mask developed when having this wound is emotional dependency, which is often used as a defense mechanism to avoid feeling abandoned again. How do we heal the wound of abandonment? There are 2 approaches. One is therapeutic and the other one is personal. Recommended therapeutic approaches include psychotherapy, especially inner child work, attachment-focused therapy or EMDR, building self-esteem and self-validation, recognizing and breaking repetitive patterns in relationships, learning to set healthy emotional boundaries. The personal healing strategies include building a healthy, nurturing relationship with ourselves, learning to enjoy our own company and see solitude as an opportunity, not as a threat, letting go of relationships rooted in emotional dependence, practicing congruency, that is, aligning our emotions with our words, not tolerating abuse or emotional neglect, meaning working on it to prevent it from happening, honoring our dreams and goals and work towards them, developing emotional responsibility and personal discipline, reducing constant complaining and shift our focus to the positive aspects of ourselves and life. Healing affirmation for this wound is, I am safe. Healing the wound of abandonment does not mean running away or avoiding loneliness. It means transforming loneliness into a space for self-growth, deep listening, and inner strength. May the inner peace we cultivate today expand and guide us always. Until next time.